All right, so you should have audio now for the guys. Yan, okay na. I think we had some technical concerns earlier, so yeah, hindi siya kumo-connect kaagad. I apologize for that, but anyway, we are live now, so let's go. So yeah, just give me 1 second there. You should be looking at my chart this time. All right, there you go. So we were checking on the yen pairs earlier, but anyway, let's start with the major currencies. Um, okay, so sorry. So AUD USD, we were just talking about this earlier. And for everyone who is on YouTube, all right. We glad that you're here with us to check on what's happening on AUD USD. Okay, so we are still looking on a downtrend, no? Anyway, it is my first session for the week. I wasn't able to do it last Monday. But anyway, thank you so much for being here still. All right. So, let's have a fresh look here para mas makita nyo kung ano yung sinasabi kong downtrend. So, if you look at the price action here from April, we are looking at this pullback, or at least for me, I was anticipating for this pullback to happen early last week, but it did not. Simply for the reasons here. Sandali, ha? If you're asking me why are you anticipating for that pullback from last week, well, simply because it was touching the floor level here. Well, it tried to go for it, but it did not continue. It went a little lower here. Now it's testing that resistance again. Let's see if the pullback can happen already. So meaning if that's the case, we could look for a potential buy towards that direction, at least somewhere between 80 to 100 pips move. If that's Yeah, if that's possible, then eventually we could possibly consider a continuation of this downtrend. Now, the thing is, when you see something like this, yeah, na hindi siya kagad nagpo-proceed for that pullback that we want to see. In some cases, you might see this part right here to consolidate until it hits the trend line, then eventually um, go and break out. So we want to be a little bit, what do you call this? Conservative. Yeah, I'm looking for the right word. Yeah, in this area right here. Pero if you are not really considering that downtrend, you can just simply remove your trend line and just focus on your support and resistance. Okay. And you can have several horizontal lines there as your point of reference to where this price can reverse. Okay, so probably some of you will pull that down a little bit, yeah, from here. So you'll have more touches there, a test here, and a test. So this one is definitely being tested for the price to go up. But of course, sabi ko nga kanina, we are not discounting the fact that a breakout can happen. So if that would happen, we are looking at a floor level somewhere here. Okay, so let's see if it stays above how far it can go naman. So that's the thing. We'll look for a reasonable ceiling here, but a very conservative one will be this. Yeah, towards that direction. So yan yung napansin yung horizontal lines ko kanina. Just in case it would break out, I would anticipate for the price to go that high right there. Yeah, we can lower down that level a little bit if you wish. Yeah. And let's see. So from here, we want to make a decision whether we want to buy or sell. So ibig sabihin, ito na yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina na yes, we could possibly expect for a downtrend here, but it could also consolidate before it would break out either downwards or upwards kasi nga may nakikita tayong zone dito in this area, right? Now, I really wanted to go for a sell already, pero if I will go and do it on the daily chart, okay, my entry price will be based here. It's not even 1:1 till the next floor. Yeah, I was looking into a buy, but the room is a bit tight there. Pero etong pullback na to can possibly help us make that decision, right? So this bar, which is about 20 minutes less, right? It's almost touching to the yellow EMA. So this could be our entry bar, right? Or the basis for our entry price to go for a short-term buy towards that ceiling. Kasi if we go and do this, let's say, anticipating that this is already what you call this, the low test bar, and it's very very close to the EMA now, okay, then this could be our reference for the entry. We are looking at a possible 1:1 move with our stop loss within this level. Pero if you want to be a little more conservative with this action, right, you can possibly set your entry price somewhere here, but stop loss below the horizontal line somewhere there, right? Let me just redraw this tool right here. So pwedeng baka sabihin natin yung last swing low. So it's not even 1:1. So ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na the room is kind of, or a bit tight for this trade. Okay, but still it's feasible though, right? Like this one right here, if you will take this last low test bar here, which already have hit the 1:1 mark and almost over to the 2:1 mark, right? So if you're able to catch that, good job. It's just that for me, I wasn't able to get that earlier because of my conservativeness earlier. So look at that zone right there. So let me just add that for you. Okay. So there's another level there that I want to see the price break out. Yeah. So now I'm anticipating for this pullback to happen, and let's see how it goes from here. Okay. Sandali ah. Medyo nawala yung ano ko. Ah, yeah, I think I deleted it. Sorry. Okay. Let's go for that moving average again. Da-da-da-da-da. There. Yeah. So parang nagkakaroon tayo ng potential low test bar dyan. So I would like to go back to this one if this can be my reference for an entry price. Yeah, for the next trade. Okay. So, but just to give you an idea, from earlier today, I was looking for a bearish engulfing. Yeah, which did not materialize. So sabi ko kanina, I could be looking at a buy this time, right? Or towards the evening. Kasi several bearish engulfing bar potential did not materialize. So this one nga nung nag-breakout siya, sabi ko, sandali, cancel ko muna yung pending order dyan, then reassess our position. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for now. So for you guys on the 15-minute chart, probably you have or were able to get in already from this one. Yeah, that's actually where the bounce off earlier, which I actually missed. Yeah, I told myself that it will if it will bounce there, I will go and get in, but I was doing something else. Then yeah, the price have already left off, right? So I'm looking for a pullback. So for me, again, just to give you the plan of the trade on this one is a pullback before a buy again until the next ceiling, which is 71.73, right? So let's see if that can materialize in the next 17 minutes. If this becomes a confirmed low test bar, then I would love to go and take that as my reference for an entry price. Yeah. So moving on to Euro US. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. So we have a high impact news, or we had actually involving euro at the beginning of the week, right? So that could have led to the spike that we're seeing from yesterday, kung makikita nyo to, right? Now we are seeing that the market is a bit sideways here on the lower time frame, but before we go there, okay, let me show you my major levels here, as I have been wanting to see a bounce from this level earlier today. Okay, look at that beautiful bounce off the floor level, which is already moving by 30 pips from the current floor. It is almost identical to AUD USD because we are actually anticipating for this move to happen. It's just that we have a ceiling there in the middle that can cause this consolidation right before it goes somewhere else. So ibig sabihin, in this case, we can still take advantage of this move because this floor to ceiling is still about 120, 130 pips, right? So if you can catch half of it, or maybe just 50, 20, still money to make, right? So the levels that I am seeing now is 1.0504 and 1.0652. So for everyone's benefit, saan nanggagaling tong mga horizontal lines na to? Let me zoom out further for you, okay? And show you this, okay? So I needed to go to the monthly chart, okay, to find this first level right here, the 0504 level, itong nandito, kasi wala na siyang significant level there on the recent price action. So we are actually seeing a 2017 low, which is being tested right now. Yep. And this one right here, yung pinakababa, if I can zoom out further for you guys. Oops, hindi ko na siya ma-view, right? But anyway, yeah. Sandali ha. If I go, yeah, no, sorry. I think that last one is there. Yan. Okay. So if I zoom that out, yun, dun ko siya makukuha, right? So again, 2017 level pa rin yung tinetest natin in this case. Okay? So, rule of thumb, if you cannot find that level, all right, on the daily or the weekly or the monthly chart, look at this breakout right here, you can go back to the daily. But for me, I stay on the daily. Minsan lang naman talaga ako pupunta sa monthly and weekly chart pag wala na akong makitang level to to use as my reference, right? Sorry, excuse me. Okay. So, what is the plan for Euro USD? Okay. So, there you go. It have already moved there, okay? By at least 13 pips. If you were able to catch this spike for a bullish engulfing, good job for you. All right. So ngayon meron tayong short-term move dito na binabantayan, right? I suggest that you also watch out for this zone right here as it has been tested for the last couple of days, right? Or actually this is the second day, right? This one's from last week. So hindi talaga siya nag-move forward agad-agad. So it has been tested here. I would assume, okay, since I wasn't able to look at the chart really exclusively last night, this has been caused by that press conference with the ECB president yesterday. Yeah, if you were able to check on that. So um, and then a rejection from the market. So this area right here is becoming significant for the seller. So watch out if you are already in the trade. You might want to monitor if the price can really break through. So in my case, all right, if I want to go long, okay, if I want to buy, as you guys know me already, I always look for that retest after a breakout. So ibig sabihin, I don't want to go and chase this small area for a buy. I'll rather see or wait and see if the price can break out, then pull back. Then my area of buy would be somewhere here. So doon ako magbabay if nakapag-breakout na siya, right? So pag hindi nangyari yan, ibig sabihin I would anticipate for a sell and I would expect for this move to consolidate or go sideways for the next couple of days or so. All right. So sorry, excuse me. Yeah. So we'll see. If I am to chase this, we're kind of late actually. Look at that beautiful spike right there. So medyo na late na tayo dun sa move na yun. So for a quick in and out trade, if that was the entry price, so a very good 20 pipper for pip runner. And now the pullback is happening. So sabi ko nga, if you are late on the trade, well, it's your discretion to go and chase it, but it's not really ideal for you to chase big bars right that. So antayin na lang kayo ng pullback, then buy again. So yeah, that's something for the guys who are trading mostly on the 15-minute chart. Okay. Sorry. I apologize. I'm still not 100%, but yeah. Let's see what else you can do here. Okay. Is there a possibility of a sell? I would not expect for it to happen anytime soon, but if the price goes lower tonight, like breaking below the previous bar's low, which is actually a shooting star, then we can possibly expect for the price to drop there. Pero it's kind of consolidating here, so it's like a wait and see for me on Euro USD actually, right? Yeah, that's my take on Euro USD for now. Okay, so the pound is something that I want. Where I can delete this, right? I want to see some movement here. Okay, because if you will notice, if I will just go and remove this horizontal line right here and focus on, again, I'm on the 4 hourly chart here, showing you a little pattern that I want to see materialize anytime soon. Okay, is this one right here. It's becoming a descending triangle. Yeah. Not sure why I can't click it. It's going on. Yeah, there you go. On the 4 hourly chart, if you notice that pattern right there, so it's becoming a descending triangle. So it could possibly break through downwards. Okay. Pero where is this coming from? Well, it is coming from the idea that the price is still a bit away from the next floor level, right? If you look at the bigger picture, right? So if another horizontal line will be set here, if you notice, nandun na nga siya dun sa floor na yun where it is consolidating, then it could possibly break out. But then again, right, we are not discounting the fact that since it is coming from the floor, it can go either, yeah, on that direction or baka pababa. Okay, so I really wanted to get involved with GBP USD earlier, pero I want to see a breakout of this pattern first, then I'll be more comfortable trading the cable again. All right, let's see if that can happen. We are looking at, after the breakout and a pullback, we are looking at somewhere at 160 to 180 pips probably, or no, 177. Okay, so roughly somewhere there, 150 to 170 pips, plus minus your entry price and the spread. Yeah, so that's the breakout that we can possibly expect. Pag pababa naman, then that's almost the same distance actually. Yeah, ayan, mga ganun din, plus minus. So I would rather wait for the breakout of this pattern right here, okay, before trading, and of course the pullback. But for some, let me give you an idea. For some traders, they use the pattern as their entry price actually. So what do I mean? Ibig sabihin, if they're anticipating for a descending triangle, right? In most cases, a descending triangle goes in this direction and break out. So some will anticipate for their entry price somewhere here, okay? Or some will go for what you call this, a straddle, setting a buy here and a sell at the same time and wait for the price to go break either way, okay? Well, for me, I want to be a little bit conservative when it comes to those things because what do you call this? You don't want to be caught up on false breakouts. That's why I want to break out. I want to see the breakout then pull back para mas maging comfortable ako dun sa trade na yan, right? So in this case, GBP USD is a wait and see for me. It could possibly be tradable before the end of week, but if not, I'm totally okay carrying this over to the next week as part of my watch list only, but not actively trading it yet. Yeah. So moving on to NZD USD now. All right, look at that breakout. Um, if you notice, looking at the bigger picture here. All right, so if you were with me since the beginning of time, all right, so this is like there you go, a pullback on the 61.8 fib. Now we're looking at an extension towards the 127.2 level, or 27.2 extension. So it can possibly still continue for another 100 pips, right, from where the price is. But I would anticipate for a pullback to the EMA first before selling again, right? Because for now, after the breakout of 64.40 or 65.40 na resist on the floor level, sorry, I have not seen a pullback yet, which is likely to happen very very soon. So baka ito yung mangyari before we can go and sell towards the full extension, right? Well, it's not actually the full extension yet. It can still go to that 61.8. Yeah, yun yung potential na move niya next. So meaning, I am looking for a pullback here, then sell on NZD USD. If that's the case, some of you probably are thinking, kung yun naman ang expectation mo, why not go for a buy now since you have a little space here? Well, of course, yes, we can. In fact, the 15-minute chart already have moved there. Look at that spike right there after touching the yellow EMA or the orange EMA with this crossover. Okay, it's just that, well, I wasn't looking at my chart a few minutes ago, earlier today on NZD USD, so I wasn't able to catch that too. But as a general rule of mine of being a little conservative when it comes to my trade, I'll rather wait for the pullback before a certain position is to be made, diba? Um, looking at the the long term period nitong chart na to, then yes, there's a possibility of that pullback to happen first. As if you look at this, yeah, let me just do a little adjustment here. Okay, look at that. So this is actually like a strong floor level for us to consider. Yeah. So ibig sabihin, buyers can possibly test this level right here as their resistance. If they fail to go above that resistance, then the sellers are likely to jump back in, right? And we could possibly go for that sell as well. Yeah. And yes, good evening to you too, Vladimir. Thank you for being here tonight. Okay. So that's my take on NZD USD. All right. And I would like to see where USD CAD can go, because I've been looking for CAD to be pushing the price higher. Pero it's not really doing that thing, right? I'm not sure if that trade can still hold on till the unemployment change this Friday. Pero tingnan natin. So USD CAD, coming from the daily chart, look at this from yesterday and Monday. If you guys can remember this from last week, no? So this is a ceiling that we are waiting for, yeah, for the market to reverse. And yes, it did already. Good job. So for the people who were able to catch this on Monday, if not Monday, yesterday, okay, good job on you guys. The price have reversed. Look at that beautiful bullish, sorry, not as clear as we want it to be. Yeah, sort of like a bearish engulfing, but this one's a lot better, right? So kung mapapansin nyo, we are on a crossover on the 4-hourly chart already. Okay, so if you are not in the trade yet, so this is a beautiful sign for us to get involved anytime soon for a sell for USD CAD. Why are we selling? Again, going back to the daily chart. Okay, we are seeing price reversal or price action reversal from the daily chart, coming from a ceiling. All right. So ibig sabihin, as we have studied, or we have used support and resistance as part of our technical analysis, we have seen price reverse several times on these levels, right? So ibig sabihin, we could possibly expect for a continuation just like this. Yeah, parang ganon towards at least this floor right here. Okay. So if you notice, meron din akong level dyan na dalawa sa gitna to be a little bit conservative. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ito yung mga unang levels na babantayan ko before expecting for the price to go down this far. Okay, so ibig sabihin, as soon as I would see this crossover happen, right? Yan, pag nagkaroon ng ganyan, then I would anticipate for the waves to do this. Right? So ibig sabihin, if I'm looking for an entry price, look at that below the horizontal line, then yes, as it continues dito, I could possibly wait for the breakout first, then again here. So you can have multiple sells there as long as you're not very, very close to the floor, right? And ideally, again, you're very close to the ceiling if you're selling, right? Not close to the floor kasi you would anticipate for a bounce, right? More than a breakout. Okay, so it might not be as perfect as that illustration right there, and as you know, all right, when you're doing your chart analysis or technical analysis, please, you must understand that it's not a perfect science when you do that. When you apply this type of analysis, okay, well, some of the people or some technical traders are trying to look into the science of it, but for me, personally, again, my personal opinion, when you're using technical analysis as your reference to making decisions or trading decisions, it's not a perfect science. It's actually more of an art than a perfect science. So you might want to look into the pattern, where in most cases it's not symmetrical, right? So dito nangyayari yung sinasabi nilang may mga times, yes, may textbook talaga na head and shoulder pattern, right? May textbook talaga na downwards waves ang nakikita nyo, right? But to be clearly and what you call this, transparent to
It's
you
time for
guys,
bed.
it's not gonna happen all the time, right? Yung like parang textbook downtrend and uptrend. Okay, so this is when the trader's flexibility to understand or listen, as they will say it, listen to what the price action is saying, and you'll get a much what you call this, confidence, or confident position as you go and trade them, diba? So that's my suggestion. If you do not see the things that I'm telling you right now, like the crossover or the pullback, and you think you want to spend more time with your chart to understand these things, then go ahead, right? Taking a trade is just one step, right? But understanding why you are in the trade sometimes can be a little challenging. Yeah. So let's see. An H4 pullback is what I'm anticipating for, though the H1 is already giving me that now. Look at that. The H1 chart is already giving me that pullback right there. Pero I'm a bit far from the ceiling. So I want it very, very close to the ceiling, if not touching the ceiling. So we can really say that the buyers are testing this level, right? And from that level, we want to see the sellers intervene as well, right? So I would like to see the price move a little bit more. Anyway, it's just about 6, 7 pips away. Then tingnan natin, right? Kung meron tayong gustong gawin dito. So for me, USD CAD, I'm looking for a short position on USD CAD in this case. So we have about 45-ish or 40-ish pips there to the next floor. Then if it could break out, then we have a much bigger room. Yeah. So meaning we are looking for a short-term trade here. For the guys in the 15-minute chart, there you go. This is actually a pullback as well there. Pero sabi ko nga kanina, few pips na lang naman. I would like to see, yeah, or I'm asking for the price action gods to go and push the price back to the ceiling. And that's where I want to go for a sell instead. All right. So from here, I would like to move on to USD CHF, which is actually above the 97.50 level, right? Look at that. A pullback from yesterday. A beautiful one. Kaso lang it's too big of a bar, like 70-ish pips. Pero if you guys remember from last week or a couple weeks ago, we are waiting for uh we had a short-term buy here, if you guys can remember. Then it has broken out. Then this is the pullback. Again, sucks to be me. On a Monday and Tuesday, I wasn't able to look into the chart properly. Ngayon pa lang talaga ako bumalik sa chart. So we have missed that move. Look at that. We have missed that move right here. Pero if I was in front of my chart, I could have not possibly taken this buy as well. Yeah, I tell you. Yeah, I wouldn't even recognize this as a buying signal, right? Probably yung eto. Probably itong part na to. Yan. Then another bullish engulfing here. That's the one, right? For now, let me see. It's kind of steep here to go and chase the USD CHF move, but it's looking very, very good if it goes a little bit higher, which is somewhere here. Yeah, yun na talaga yung next natin na level, right? So if it can pull back, 30-ish pips na lang din naman ang natitira dyan. So I want to see a touch on the EMA on the daily chart, just like what I'm waiting for USD JPY now for another position to be keyed in, right? So if you notice, we are in the trade, a bounce from the EMA. Look at that, a beautiful move there. Now we are testing the 38.2 fib level right there. So I wanted to pull back on 50, or at least, yeah, at least 50, or maybe it can go back down to 61.8 here, right? Very, very close to my original entry. Then that's where I want to go and buy again, right? I had a buy there already from earlier today, pero it was not triggered. Okay, I was anticipating for another move, but we are seeing consolidation on dollar yen right now. So let's see if this price can be pushed higher. We are still holding on to like 140-ish something pips in profit. It was playing around this level from earlier today, 200. At a point, it was almost 300 pips. So let's see, it's staying in that area. Again, sabi ko nga on the daily chart, I would love to see it touch the EMA again. Then we'll go for a buy. So if you look at this, USD CHF, USD yen, we're looking for a long position while I am selling on USD CAD. So meaning I would like to see strength on the Canadian dollar for the next couple of days, right? Or simply saying, yeah, the CAD could be a little stronger than the US dollars, at least until Friday. Tingnan natin, right? Pero I'm not saying it's a guaranteed thing. It's just that USD CAD is coming from the resistance, diba? While USD CHF and USD yen is coming from a breakout of that resistance. So that's where I am coming from on these major currency pairs. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for my major currency pairs here. Very quickly, I would like to go and remind you guys of the high impact news that we are anticipating for the next couple of days, right? Tomorrow you have FOMC statement and interest rate decision for the dollar, right? And with that, yeah, that's a back-to-back thing from FOMC statement and FOMC press conference. So you might see some volatility on the dollar there, because again, this is the first week of April, and first Friday is when your non-farm payroll numbers are released, right? So again, um you might want to go for, especially for the people who are looking into the news closely, so you might want to go and check the charts first, right? Before getting in, because you have definitely back to back to back to back to back high impact news there. Same thing with GBP, right? You have PMI report scheduled tomorrow, then you have inflation rate report as well coming from BOE tomorrow, all right? And it will be like, if I'm reading this correctly, then you have a speech from Governor Bailey, right, on that same date. Yeah. So you might want to go and check that a little closer. That's why pagdating nga sa GBP USD, I want to see a breakout of this pattern right here before getting involved on the cable, right? So yeah, that's my reminder to everyone. We have back to back to back interest rates report as well. All right, as again, we are nearing the first Friday of the month where we usually receive those reports from these entities. Okay, so but anyway, we will be here on Friday, yeah, 8:30, to go and check as the market moves, and when we see these numbers being released on Friday. So yeah, that's it for me right now. I apologize for my voice, and medyo I'm not sure if I'm very clear from your end, but yeah, thank you so much for spending your time with me on a Wednesday. Okay, so I hope the major currency pair analysis helps you make the decision towards your trading this week, and I hope to see you guys on Friday as we check how the non-farm payroll numbers would affect the market. All right. So charts up at 8:30 again. Thank you so much, guys. You have a wonderful evening. Right. For the guys in Zoom, please stay. Right. I'm not saying you go already. Right. So for now, everyone. Yeah. Oh yeah. You're welcome, Mark. Thank you so much for your time too. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'll see you guys on Friday 8:30. I'll be sending you the link, or just look into the link on what do you call this, on my Facebook account, or if you have not done it already, yeah, subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified of those updates as well. So cheers everyone, have a wonderful evening, bye for now.